Okay, so here we are again. Today we'll be making a sandwich. Uh, this is another one I like to do for food prep. It has some simple ingredients, just whatever kind of bread you would like. I'm using a multi-seed bread, chopped cilantro, and avocado, lime juice. I use spinach, but you can put whatever you like on it. Uh, Green onions and chickpeas, or as they're sometimes called, garbanzo beans. Equipment wise is also pretty simple. Got a strainer, a bowl to mix and crush everything up in, some bags, cutting board, a container, spoon, knife, and of course something to crush them with, which is optional. You could technically get away without using it, but it would be pretty tough. Also, of course, what does that look? Cleanup crew. So as you can see, I've already dumped out our chickpeas and strained them. No big deal there. We'll just set those to the side. And we'll chop our green onion. Let's cut the tops off there. And I try to cut it pretty thin. Well, I said I like to cut it pretty thin, but my knife wasn't working with me, so I got what I got. It should work out pretty well, though. It's pretty hard to mess this recipe up. Okay, so I think we're done with this. And next is our avocado. So it can be kind of tricky to find a good one. I'm still, even after a year or two of eating them, still figuring out the art of finding a perfectly ripe avocado. But I try to find them that have a little give when you squeeze them. Almost makes you think, man, it's a little too much. And those are usually the ones that turn out the best. So we'll see if I picked a good one this time. Just cut down the middle there. Not too bad. Looks about perfect. Also, getting the pit out can sometimes be a struggle. But if you get one that's good, it's usually a bit easier. Yeah, I just like to stick it with my knife and then wiggle a little and it pops right out. Okay, I moved around to the other side of the camera to kind of show you how I cut the avocados. Not that I'm recommending that you do it this way because you can cut your hand doing this, but I just takes some feel to know where the back is. I cut it in like a crosshatch kind of way. About like that. And yep, didn't cut my hand. Good deal. So that way, when you scoop it out with a spoon, it should be mostly broken apart and it'll be a lot easier to smash. Just scoop it out with a spoon like that. Got most of it there. So I'll do the other half now. Hopefully not cut my hand. All right, and our avocado is in the bowl. There are probably safer alternatives to doing it that way, but I like to live dangerously every now and then. So we'll smash this up a bit, and you want to get it pretty much all the way crushed up before you add in the chickpeas, because the chickpeas are pretty hard. They're probably not gonna get smashed up quite as much as the avocado. So you don't want, if you put the chickpeas in first and then the avocado, the chickpeas will kind of prevent you from smashing up the avocados because they'll block whatever tool you're trying to use. Okay, so it's pretty well smashed. It'll get more smashed. There's cleanup crew getting real brave there. Once we put the chickpeas in, what do you do? Okay, so then we'll basically continue smashing up the avocados with the chickpeas because, like I said, the chickpeas are probably not going to get very crushed up. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. We'll start adding in our other ingredients, which isn't that many. Really, we've just got our green onions that we chopped up and lime juice, which I need to find something to measure with. I'll just eye it. I think you're supposed to do the equivalent of one lime, which, whatever that measures out to. I usually just do about like that. You can also put in salt and pepper. Oh, and cilantro. Almost forgot. A fourth cup of cilantro. Like I said, you can also put in salt and pepper if you want, but I usually don't because it doesn't make that much of a difference. I mean, it's going to taste earthy, you're not going to get around that. But not bad, just earthy. All right, it looks pretty good. So now we are ready to construct the actual sandwiches. Okay, so this usually makes about 3 sandwiches. I usually lay them out just to kind of spread on evenly as I go. Just dump some out there. Okay, honestly, we probably could. I didn't even end up using this because it, yeah, I just spread it with the spoon because it's not like butter. But probably had enough to make 4 actually with this batch. So now I'll add on the spinach, which you can use whatever you want. You can probably make a full sandwich if you wanted to. Lettuce, spinach, tomato, the whole 9 yards. But I found lettuce goes pretty good with it. And it also stores a whole lot better than having tomatoes and getting the bread all soggy. Okay, there we go. We don't want to go too overboard with it. So we'll put our top piece of bread on and just scrunch it down a little. And we'll bag them up. Now you got to be kind of careful putting them into the bag so you don't lose anything, especially if you're using multi-seed bread. Squeeze the air out. That wasn't the signal for you to come over. Go lay down. There we go. 3 sandwiches prepped and ready to go. And that didn't take me very long at all. Probably less than half an hour. So it's a quick, easy thing to make. And you've got 3 days worth of part of a meal.